I mean, I think it's actually getting more and more important with the sort of unitary argument coming forward, which is the other thing that we got involved with by looking at how the borough council would be best fitted to take on social services for the borough if we actually get the unitary status back. So with the old county borough days.
That's right. That's an area where you say, well, hang on, you're the professional officer doing a certain thing. And say, well, hang on, I don't actually deal with social services. So I'm in very much a learning situation as I see it. And we are consumers of, say, social services. That's the area which I'm focusing on, as you are. Consumers, how do we actually relate to those people working in the other organisation? Can we improve the links? So there is a sort of situation where I'm trying to deliver services and I want people who are coming through our doors to actually be able to access care, facilities or whatever that social services operate. Now, in that sense, I'm looking for good working, but in another sense, we're looking to say, well, hang on, where are there deficiencies? So they can be highlighted or promoted when the Borough Council puts its own unitary authority sort of debate forward, is about sort of highlighting deficiencies. Do I actually identify them now and work through them and try and get the best for the clients? And that's a dilemma, I suppose.
It is, yes, because you should really keep them quiet until we can actually come up and say they're not doing this and we're going to do it. I suppose that would be the more political answer.
I think it would,
But it's about the needs of the people who are coming in that you're putting probably correctly at the top of your agenda.
I see that at the moment, but one has to file away opportunities. And you always think, well, can we operate it in a better way? And I think, to my mind, the unitary authority debate isn't necessarily about pointing out the deficiencies of another service provider. It's about saying, well, if we were to be running that service, how can we best integrate it with our services like housing, all the other things that we do? Can it work better, and can we devise a model? And that's where I think where you and I can probably best work is in not an intellectual sense, but it's that theoretical working relationship between all those agencies and coming up with something which is a convincing, well-researched and adequate document.
So you'd see me perhaps helping put the framework together, and then you actually fill in the gaps in it there from your side.
But at the same time, I can't frustrate you in not being able to put forward some of your political views.
Well, I don't think you would. I don't think I'd let that happen.
But I've got to make sure that there's an opportunity for that to influence the shape and the direction of the model that we come up with.
So yes, your role would actually be facilitating and allowing that input to go in. Do you not think you put some in it as well?
Yeah, I do, inevitably. Is anybody apolitical? That's a question, that the idea of an officer being totally professional. I think it's hard. I think at the end of the day, what I've got to recognise is that I've got to take account of your own wishes, but also the wishes of the minority party, who I think, as you've said in previous times, could well be my future employers. But it also recognises, from my point of view, that no one group or one person has a monopoly of the ideas. And so often is the case, if you can actually involve others in testing out your hypothesis, whatever, you can actually improve the model. And indeed, by testing it out with other members from other political parties, it may point towards areas where your particular model, your particular desires could be frustrated. Now, the question that I have then, what do I share with you? What do I share with the other political party? And it comes down to personal credibility, I suppose. The degree of trust that exists between an officer and a member. And it can be a little blurred, but at the end of the day, I think it does. You and I, our relationship is one of two people recognising they're coming from different directions, and we know that we won't meet in all parts. But there's a lot of common ground. There will be a lot of common ground if I speak to the minority party spokesman on that issue as well. But there will be differences. And I suppose what I would be aiming to do is to highlight some of those differences, which I could bring out in discussions with you and with them.
It's very diplomatic.
We try to be.
Yes, I mean, I think it is right that oppositions have a chance to comment and things, because it's not. I mean, they do occasionally come up with good ideas.
Yeah.
Not often, but I mean, occasionally. See, I can make a joke about it and you laugh, but you don't. Yes, all right.
I'm not giving.
Yes, but I think that there are times when there would be something said, and I think this is what we would need to work on. When I would need to say to you, this has got to be kept within certain framework, and that means the majority party, maybe even the leader, and myself, and perhaps one other committee chairman, and to keep it tight for those very reasons. I would need you to accept that almost without questioning, in a way.